Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And I got to start with this from Stuart Alderati. For the second time in as many weeks, the New York Times ran a guest essay painting crypto as no more than a tool of crime and corruption. It's a convenient narrative, but a lazy and inaccurate one. Crypto is a technology used by more than 55 million Americans, and over three-quarters say it's improved their lives, helping them send money, prove ownership, and build new forms of commerce on transparent, traceable ledgers. Corruption and crime don't thrive in plain sight. The real story is about the everyday Americans using digital assets to save time, cut costs, and gain financial freedom. And that's what crypto does. It puts you on the path to financial freedom. And the reason that they sell the narrative that crypto is only used for crime and corruption, because they want to keep us in this traditional system. They want us tied to the banking system. Nobody's getting rich by keeping their money at the bank, but you could sure as hell get rich in crypto. Listen very carefully. Implementing national legislation. They're tackling the issue of offshore issuers of non-local currency stablecoins, which is another financial stability concern. Then an onshore stablecoin issuer of a dollar-based stablecoin in the United States. For those unaware, Tether is not located in the U.S. It's offshore, and she is speaking directly to this catastrophe of a company. That comes from Mr. Man. Take a listen.
Importance of that. So I think it's now important for the main regulators to have the same view after they take the step of putting in place national legislation.
Yeah, and of course the problem that they're sort of tackling there is different for different jurisdictions. For a lot of jurisdictions, they're tackling the problem of offshore issuers of non-local currency stablecoins, which is an entirely different sort of financial stability concern than an onshore issuer of a dollar-based stablecoin in the U.S. I'll also say here, maybe just plugging our work a little bit, the Atlantic Council is going to be doing quite a bit of work with the G20 and the upcoming presidency of the G20 on stablecoin standardization and harmonization across G20 member states, at least as a starting point to get standards to the same place.
What we're going to see is global stablecoin regulations as well. And most of those regulations are going to be very similar to MiCA. Now, Tether cannot pass MiCA, so it will most likely not be able to pass any other country's regulations as well. That time bomb is still ticking. The bubble's gone. What's left is opportunity. You got to take a listen to Tom Lee here.
Great question. Maybe in some measurement ways, the bubble has burst anyways. Don't you? I mean, if I don't have the numbers in front of me, but my guess is 80% of the debts are trading below net asset value now. So if that's not already a bubble burst in the sense that how would that bubble burst? Because,
I don't believe the bubble has burst yet. I think the bubble is going to pop once regulations come. Even Brad Garlinghouse said regulations could be the next black swan. Because once you have regulations in place, it levels the playing field even more. Right now, we're still on an unlevel playing field without regulations, and everything is about Bitcoin first. Let's let Bitcoin have an ETF first. Oh, well, let's try this out first with using Bitcoin before they realize there's other cryptocurrencies besides Bitcoin. But the bubble is not gone yet. But when it pops, it is going to be horrific in the crypto space. But certain cryptocurrencies are going to emerge from this, and they're going to be the true, real value cryptocurrencies that are left. You know, everything eventually gets a level playing field. Everything eventually has a bottleneck to it. We've seen that with the .com bubble. We're going to see it with the crypto bubble as well. But I think the crypto bubble is going to be bigger because it's not just going to be cryptocurrencies. It's going to be exchanges. It's going to be stable coins. We're going to see a lot happen in a very short time frame. But after the bubble pops, we will most likely see the rise of the Phoenix, XRP. But it won't just be XRP. It's going to be a handful of cryptocurrencies that solve real-world problems. Bitcoin ETF outflows surge. Solana, XRP, and Megacoin finance emerge as the next 100x bets. Right now, the money is shifting away from Bitcoin already. Everybody keeps trying to say that the ETFs are going to get their second wind, and all of a sudden Bitcoin's going to go absolutely parabolic. I do believe Bitcoin has one last major push up in it before it comes crashing down. But I think the reason the money's leaving the ETFs right now is because people want to get positioned for the next big thing. Solana, XRP, HBAR is going to have an ETF as well. There's going to be others. People are already looking past Bitcoin because they're starting to realize that it's dated technology. It gets boring buying something and just holding it. You want your cryptocurrency to actually solve a problem. Every bull run has a point where fear peaks. Charts look broken and everyone swears it's over. That's not the end. That's the reset. The past week flushed out leverage, wrecked confidence, and set the stage for cleaner upside. It's exactly how the market breathes before the next move. And that's what we're waiting on right now. We're waiting for the rebound to begin in crypto. I still believe by the end of this month, we could see the beginnings of that rebound. There's people still saying XRP is going to print a new all-time high by the end of October. Just in, $11 trillion, Charles Schwab says the interest in their crypto products is increasing, with 90% more visits to their crypto site. Take a listen.
Yes, we've been active in both. So in crypto, we do offer crypto ETFs, Bitcoin futures, closed-end funds. In fact, our clients own 20% of all the crypto exchange-traded products in our country. So they've been very active. We've seen visits to our crypto site go up 90% in the last year. It's a topic that's of high engagement. And for privates, we have made private investments available to our clients. We've done through third-party managers like KKR and Apollo and folks like that. And we've also stood up a team of alternative experts. If you want to invest in alternatives at Schwab, you're going to need to talk to a professional and make sure they're right for you and to make sure you find the right strategy for you.
How much?
They always like to tell their clients, though, that crypto is very volatile. I don't know if you want to get invested into crypto right now, but the fact is Charles Schwab sees all the demand for crypto now. The same thing with all these other institutions that were so negative towards crypto during the crypto crackdown. Now, all of a sudden, they're bullish on crypto. But they always sell that volatility. You know, that volatility is what's going to lead you to financial freedom. But the institutions are definitely lining up on the sidelines. Russia tops Europe in crypto adoption with $376.3 billion in transfers. What's driving the surge? Russia's $376.3 billion crypto surge signals sanction-era finance going on-chain, as Moscow's big money desks pivot to DeFi and stablecoin rails for cross-border settlement. Like I said, every country that was under sanctions at one point, they're done with SWIFT. They want an alternative to SWIFT. RippleNet and XRP is going to be that alternative. If you don't buy, you'll miss out. Weimar vibes as Aussies line up to buy physical gold. I'm telling you right now, you're going to see people lining up to buy XRP just like this when it's above $5. when it's above $10, when it's above $20. The FOMO is going to be absolutely incredible. Most people that heard of XRP over time, like you telling your coworkers, your friends, get into XRP now. Nobody wants to hear it when XRP is sitting at 50 cents. Nobody wants to hear it on a red day. Nobody wants to hear it when XRP is going sideways. But when XRP's price is going parabolic, they will have to have this cryptocurrency just on the fear of missing out. I'm telling you now, people always said, well, who's going to be buying XRP at $20 or $100? I'm telling you now, there will be a buyer at every single price on the way up. Wait and see. Investors are making up the highest share of home buyers in 5 years, per CNBC. I'm telling you, anybody that wants to get into real estate, maybe buy their first house, when it comes to real estate, I always tell people the best way to get in on that is going to be through tokenization. Because think about like this, you don't have to go through the process of buying a whole house. You could just buy maybe 10% of the tokens associated with the property. You're going to get passive income from it. But if the neighborhood changes, maybe all of a sudden the renter moved out or whoever, and now you're not getting those returns. You could just easily pull out your investment and invest in a whole nother property. You could invest in commercial real estate through tokenization as well. Now, if you're going to buy a house that you're planning on living in, I definitely would not buy a house right now. I would wait until the crash happens. That crash, it's like being delayed, but it's inevitable. It's coming. They're going to readjust real estate because right now most people are priced out of buying a house. And only people that have money are going to be buying a house in the future. And that's what they want. It was always about you owning nothing and being happy. They want everyone to be a lifetime renter. But because of XRP and your other investments, XLM, XDC, HBAR, and so on, you'll be able to buy a house in cash. But you never want to buy the top. Treat everything in life the way you treat crypto. Always buy the bottom and sell the top. And I thought this was great because this doesn't just pertain to Bitcoin. This pertains to every single cryptocurrency you're invested in. If you hold through this, you're a legend. If you held through this, you're a legend. Remember when we watched the breakout begin, even on XRP, and people were saying, oh, the top's in, this run is almost over. I think all XRP did up to this point right now was correct. I don't think the run even began yet for XRP. But you're going to watch the XRP chart do this. And every time it slows down and takes a quick breather, people are going to be calling the top. They're going to be telling you, take profit now. The top is in for XRP. I'm telling you, sell now, only to watch it go higher. And every time it stops for even a few hours, people are going to be saying the top's in. And if it pulls back in the slightest, oh, that's it. XRP is going to crash out from here. I'm telling you, you need to look around and see what's happening at the same time. What real world events are playing out? Are people still bullish about XRP? Are we still waiting on another catalyst in the short term? What do the inflows look like on the XRP ETFs? This cycle is totally different from every previous cycle. We didn't have ETFs back in 2021. We didn't have clarity coming in the short term back in 2021. We didn't have ISO ready to go live back then. We didn't have any of this. Ripple possibly getting a banking license very soon. Possible IPO in 2026. You got to look at all the catalysts that could send XRP higher before you consider selling. And I would definitely continue to hold most of my bag because I think we're going to see a run like we've never seen before. But everybody wants to be the guy who called the top because it gives them some sort of bragging rights or whatever, some sort of credibility. Oh, I called the top back in 2026, but here's what it comes down to. You could see it for yourself. You don't need someone else to tell you whether or not the top is in. There's going to be so many signs of it as we watch the price go higher and higher. And that will give us a signal. The one thing that's going to give us the signal for the top being in for XRP is, are we getting institutional adoption now? After we see major surges through the ETFs, the next thing we got to look at is adoption happening for XRP. If we're still seeing companies onboarding to XRP, utilizing the XRP ledger, or talking about creating an XRP treasury, then the top is not going to be in yet. But it is going to be a great time ahead. That is for sure. And until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.